developing positive emotion is not so much about how you're feeling. How we feel changes all the time. You know, feelings come and go. So what positive emotion is really about is about how we respond to how we're feeling, which means it's a quality of awareness. It's being aware of how we feel and noticing the quality of that awareness. Is that awareness harsh? Is it critical? Is it judgmental? Or is it kind and responsive? It's like a willingness to respond to whatever is needed at any given time. To yourself, and from that, to other people. You know, for instance, there may be times where you feel really happy and buoyant. And it can be easy when you feel like that to be intoxicated by that. We just never occurs to us that that can change. And then, you know, we lose our awareness, and then we find that we feel unhappy again. Or we might be aware that we're suffering in some way. We're feeling sad, we're feeling unhappy for whatever reason. And there may be a tendency to turn away from that, to push it away, or to hold on to it, to over-identify with that feeling, that that's what I'm really like, you know, is miserable in some way. So the perspective, from the perspective of a loving response, is if you're feeling happy, then is to just feel glad about that, is to rejoice in that, to celebrate the fact that you're happy. If you find that you're in pain, you're suffering in some way, then the response of love is compassion to that suffering. So it's just an appropriate response to whatever you're feeling. Your feelings are not, you know, a problem in themselves. They just come and go. But how we meet, how we be with what we're feeling is what we're really working with here. So we're just going to bring awareness. First of all, you're just bringing just a basic awareness to experience by taking awareness to the felt sense in the body. And then we're going to notice the quality of that awareness, how responsive, how kind is that attention that we're bringing to our experience. So we'll do that. I will just talk through that. If you want to make yourself comfortable or you know, as comfortable as you can, finding a posture where you can reasonably relax for 10 minutes or so. And maybe you feel more comfortable lying on the floor, with possibly your back on the floor. You might find it better to have your knees up, the soles of your feet on the floor. Or else finding a chair that will support you without having to slouch in it. You know, you don't want to be sitting upright stiffly, but you don't want to be collapsing and slouching. So you just want to find a reasonably comfortable upright posture that you can relax in. And then just becoming still, just letting yourself settle. And feeling awareness starting from the crown of the head, just feeling the top of your skull. And it's not difficult to feel awareness, you're just noticing the sensations. You're just alive to the sensations of the body around the scalp, being aware of the face muscles, being aware of any tension in the muscles, maybe behind the eyes, your jaw, noticing if your tongue is relaxed, your throat, feeling if your throat is got any tightness or contraction. Just allowing that to relax, and as though your awareness just sinks down now through your body, down the arms, the hands, the palms of the hands, the fingers, down through the upper torso. So you're feeling the movement of the front ribs and the back ribs, perhaps just slightly expanding with the breath. Releasing as the breath goes out. Just noticing those subtle movements and sensations that are going on all the time. And down to the solar plexus, feeling if there's any contraction, any tension around the solar plexus that might affect your breathing. Perhaps breathe into that as though you're breathing through the solar plexus, just to soften and release. And then down to the abdomen, soft in the belly, to the pelvis, to the legs, to the feet, the soles of the feet, the toes, to the ground. So your awareness, you have an awareness of the ground that you're rested on, maybe feeling the stability of that ground. And just for one breath, just feeling as if you breathe up from the ground, as though there's a channel just in front of your spine that you breathe all the way up to the crown of your head, that just brings you up into an alignment. And when the breath goes out, you're just releasing any tension that's still held in the body. And then just letting your awareness permeate your whole body. And just noticing where there's comfort or discomfort. You know, there might be areas of your body that you just don't feel comfortable about. Your awareness doesn't go there. So you just notice how the body responds. You're not forcing anything. So there might be some areas of your body that there's a lot of feeling, a lot of awareness, other areas that it's relatively numb or there's just not much feeling. Seeing if you can feel as though you're experiencing the body more like a cloud of sensations. You just come and go, subtle movements, sensations, movements of breathing. And when your attention feels reasonably steady, you could try bringing some awareness to the heart center. So just wherever in your body feels like the center of your emotions, just where it feels like that is to you. And just centering your attention there so you have an awareness of your whole body, particularly aware of the heart center of your body and noticing how you're feeling. What's the tone of the feeling, the mood. Just being aware of whatever you happen to be feeling at the moment. It's just an honest awareness you bring into how you're feeling. Just acknowledging, accepting however you might be feeling. And then noticing the quality of the awareness, of how you're being aware. Is it judgmental? Is it harsh? Is it critical? Or is that attention kind? Is it responsive to how you're feeling? That you're trying to bring an attitude of just having a willingness to respond to however you might be feeling. To just respond in whatever way is needed. So you'd be motivated to do whatever is needed, whatever you need. So you're just being with whatever feelings are there in an aware, kind way. Just being with your feelings with a responsive, kind attention. So the same way that you'd be with anybody that you really care about. Just continuing to try and stay with whatever feelings arise in your experience. In a kind way, with a sense of goodwill towards however you are. So a heart response, a responsive awareness. Letting the feelings come and go. But keeping that responsive awareness steady. And if you're able to stay with your feelings in that way, just letting that expand as though that kind attention, that kind awareness is just filling your whole body, like a loving awareness filling the entire body. And the natural movement of love or awareness is to move out beyond boundaries, barriers, to move outwards, connect, share. So you can start to feel as if your awareness is expanding beyond the boundaries of your body to start to fill up the space of the room that you're in. As though it's just touching everything and everyone in the room with that kind, responsive attention, a willingness to respond. Then expanding beyond the boundaries of the walls of the room to the space around, above, below, every direction. So it includes everything and everyone in that space, expanding outwards towards more and more people, more and more of life. So a heartfelt willingness to respond to whatever might be needed, whatever is appropriate to anyone, any form of life, anywhere. Yourself included. And then relax in any sort of effort that you've been making. And just sitting for a minute or two. We just sit. Not trying to do anything in particular. Just sitting quietly, experiencing whatever you're experiencing. And sitting on like that for as long as you feel comfortable, just till you naturally want to move. And just making the transition to whatever you're going to do next, just with as much awareness as you can, just noticing how you are as you move into your next activity.